Hi, my name is Ritesh Bawri. I'm an entrepreneur and also the father of two wonderful children. Interestingly, I'm also someone who's almost died 14 times in my life. From being in a near plane crash to being lost in a jungle, I've seen it all. 7 years ago, I experienced what was hopefully my last near-death experience. I just turned 40. I was diabetic, I was hypertensive, had always suffered from asthma, and I had acidity for at least 20 years. Thanks to the intervention of Professor Ravi Rajan, I was able to reverse all these conditions in 90 days. I was hooked. I had to learn more. Since then, I've read thousands of medical journals and hundreds of books. I've certified myself in physiology from the Harvard Medical School and in nutrition from the Tufts Medical School. I just had to understand what was happening in the human body. I've started Breathe Again, a platform dedicated to helping people live a very long and a very healthy life. We've been able to impact thousands of people, reverse lifestyle conditions. You know, the really interesting thing is that even the World Health Organization calls lifestyle diseases potentially reversible. Are we saying that if you just simply made some lifestyle changes, 7 of the top 10 reasons why we're dying could be reversed, or at least the risk could be reduced? To find out more, I put together the Ritesh Bawri Show, where we talk to experts and regular people, understand from them what's going on with their lives, and how all of us can live a very long and a very healthy life. Welcome to the show, the Ritesh Bawri Show. I'm very pleased to welcome Sister Shivani to the show. Sister Shivani is someone I've known for now almost 2 decades. Obviously, I hear her, I watch her, I listen to her. I've been to several events that she's been speaking at. She's a beacon of hope. She's a beacon of peace. She's a beacon of calm. In a world that's full of chaos and a world which is full of overstimulation, she just literally brings you down to earth, calms you down, tells you to focus on that which is important. And that's what she's done in this show. She's come, she's talked, she's told us about karma, she's told us about dharma, she's told us about the conscious. And so you really, really, really need to hear from her. Sister Shivani. Hari Om. Thank you so much for coming, Sister Shivani. This is a deep honor. I've been watching, listening, hearing, and learning from you for almost a decade now. So it's truly an honor to actually have you in front of me. If it's okay with you, I wanted to start with a 1-minute meditation or prayer, maybe on your part, that the millions of people watching this can actually benefit from. So if it's okay with you.
Yeah. Om Shanti. Let's just sit back and bring our attention to the center of the forehead. That's the energy center, which we call the third eye of wisdom. And just visualize a point of light, like a little star of energy. And gently create these thoughts. I am the master of this body, the creator of every thought, feeling, word, and behavior. I am a powerful soul. My every thought is my choice. I am the creator. I am a peaceful soul. Peace is my sanskar. It's my nature. I respond to every situation with calm and stability. I am a loveful soul. Love is my personality. I radiate unconditional love and acceptance to every soul, irrespective of what they have done, how they have behaved. I am a radiator of peace, love, and power. Om Shanti.
Thank you for watching. Being connected to each other is easily one of the most powerful emotions a human being can feel. On that note, I have a very small request to make of you. Lots of you watch this channel, but not all of you subscribe to this channel. If you subscribe, you'll get notified of all the new episodes that we're going to be releasing very shortly. We've had some fascinating conversations with some amazing people who have so many powerful lessons to teach. So please do subscribe. If you subscribe to the channel, you will know about all the new episodes we're releasing. So please subscribe now. Absolutely amazing. It's really strange. The question I'm going to ask you next is largely about stress. But that 1 minute that I've spent in the meditation that you've done, I cannot begin to tell you how much my stress has already gone away. But the truth is we live in a very, very, very chaotic world, right? It's full of stress, largely also because we're hyperstimulated. There are all kinds of things happening to us at all points in time. It's pressure on time, pressure on your emotions, pressure on your physical body. What is stress to you? And, you radiate a sense of calm. Given that, your life cannot be free of stress, how is it that you're able to radiate this sense of calm? How could other people watching this also?
Stress is given by a simple formula in physics. It's called pressure divided by resilience.
Okay.
So when you said it's a world full of stress or a life full of stress, it's not full of stress, it's full of pressures.
Okay.
So we equated the two and we said when there's a pressure, that means there is a stress.
Right. Okay.
So we have exam stress, work stress, travel stress. These are words which we call stressed. They were not stress, it was exam pressure,
Sure.
work pressure. So pressure divided by resilience. Pressures have been increasing, and I think maybe in the coming times they will only increase.
Correct.
There doesn't seem to be a chance that it's going to dip. We need to focus on the denominator. Numerator is not in our control.
Right.
Denominator completely in our control. So resilience means my inner power to cope with the situation. For the last couple of decades, pressures have risen. Resilience, because we were not taking care, and suddenly we had so many technology toys, which were not, they were taking up our time, we were choosing to be engaged with them. We haven't been taking care of our mind. So we are in a fast forward mode as far as our mind is concerned.
Okay.
And so resilience has dipped. So in the last few years, the gap between pressure and resilience is increasing.
Okay.
So 20 years back, 25 years back, the word stress was not there.
Sure.
In emotion. We used to use the word tension once in a while.
Sure.
Then it came to stress. 2 decades we've been saying, I'm stressed, you are stressed, we are stressed, stress is normal. Now the children, the youth of today are saying, I'm depressed.
Right.
So you see, it's only going. So it's that same emotion, a little discomfort, a little hurried, but the magnitude is increasing. So now they are calling it, I am depressed.
Right.
But it only comes to the denominator, resilience.
Sure.
Let's start building up that. And most important, stop blaming situations for how you are feeling. That's actually the cause of everything.
Sure.
It's emotional dependence. We've kind of grown up believing that whatever I'm feeling here is because of something outside.
Correct.
If I ask you who's the creator of your thought, you will say I.
Yeah.
And yet we live our life saying, I'm feeling like this because of.
Yeah.
So good or bad, positive or negative, I always blame it outside.
Sure.
I'm happy today because of. I'm low today because of. This is emotional dependence. And that means my mind is dependent on situation, is what I believe.
Correct.
Situation is uncertain. Situations are not always my way. And I believe my mind is dependent on that. So my mind is also going. And that's where the resilience is dipping. So first equation is, I am the creator of my thoughts and emotions. Whatever may be the situation, I am the creator of my thoughts and emotions. So remember that power, choose the right thought, and then respond. Inner power will start increasing.
No, that sounds wonderful. So if I could parse from, the many things that you said. So one is that I'm choosing to think what I want to think. And I think the second question is this resilience.
Yes.
So if you could help us define that a little bit more.
Resilience means the inner power.
Okay.
So every time I'm reacting, if I visualize this like a battery, each time I'm reacting to a situation, it's an uncomfortable thought, and the number of thoughts are higher.
Sure.
Whenever it's uncomfortable thoughts, it's more. So the quantity and the quality are linked when it comes to thinking. So many of us today are saying overthinking.
Right.
The other day, yesterday only, I met somebody, a kid. He's not kid, he's in the 10th standard. But he said, my mind thinking too much. So I said, Aapko kya problem hai? Why is your mind thinking so much? He said, I can't stop thinking. And then he said, I'm not able to sleep at night. Everybody at home goes off to sleep and I'm like awake because the mind is not slowing down. No situation in life, no problem, no crisis, nothing.
Right.
The mind is set now in a fast forward mode. So quantity and quality are connected. So inner resilience means when you think right in response to every situation, if it's a right thought, it will be less.
Sure.
So let's say I was a little late to reach here. So I'm also creating thoughts. You waiting are also creating
Of
thoughts.
course.
So for both is a stimulus. So I told the driver, you have to go that way. He says, oh, you leave it. I know the way. And he took
Of
us
course.
like 20 minutes
Away,
ahead.
yeah.
Now, this is also a situation, but not in our control. He's driving the car well. So one thought, we will reach in time. We have ample time. Otherwise, it could be, how could you do this? I told you, I gave you the link.
Yeah.
So, lot of thoughts, disturbing thoughts.
Right.
So when I will respond with one thought, two thoughts, right thoughts, I'm conserving power.
Yeah. Okay.
When I'm creating a lot of thoughts, not good quality thoughts, I'm depleting power. So inner resilience means this battery needs to be charged. Lower resilience means this battery is dipping. And then I tend to react in every situation.
Correct.
So I find myself weaker in terms of being able to handle the pressures.
Of course.
And then we are seeing today that some situation which is not my way, and then I don't remain at the level of stress. And then I say I'm depressed.
Correct.
And then I don't just say I'm depressed, I can actually experience a clinical depression.
Sure.
Or we are experiencing anxiety.
Yeah.
Exam time, one day before the exam for children, panic attack.
Yeah.
So pressure, but resilience is dipped. So that inner power needs to be conserved in every situation, the way we respond.
And so is there, a few things that you could tell us that you could do by which that resilience would be better? Is it more
Yes.
breathing? Is it meditation?
Yes, definitely. One is lifestyle. It's
Yeah.
actually all lifestyle.
Yeah, sure.
So whether it's emotional health, whether it's physical health, very lifestyle oriented. So first thing is our sleeping pattern.
Okay.
Our sleeping patterns have gone a
Haywire.
little haywire in
Yeah.
terms of timing, and second is in terms of quality of sleep. We have started increasing the number of hours we sleep
Okay.
because doctor said 8 hours so 9 hours so. We don't have to increase the number of hours. Our parents, grandparents never slept 8-9 hours.
Right.
But quality of sleep needs to be deeper.
Okay.
But because we are engaged with all this technology, which they never used to be engaged with.
Correct.
So automatically they would go to sleep at the right time and they were not consuming anything before going to sleep. We're consuming a lot before going to sleep. Sleep means I have to slow down the mind.
Right.
But if I'm consuming before going to sleep, instead of slowing down the mind, I'm setting it again onto fast forward mode.
Right.
So first thing is we're not disconnecting from work when we reach home.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier, when we passed out of college, if we had to take up a job, we would ask what are work timings.
Correct, exactly.
So very clear, then I will choose that job if
Yeah,
I'm
of course.
comfortable with work
Yeah,
timings.
yeah.
So if they say 6 p.m.,
Yeah.
zyada se zyada I would go up to 7 p.m. and that's fine.
Correct.
Today, we don't even ask what is work timings because there is no work timing.
Yeah.
So even if I come home at 7, people are still working
Yeah.
and they are actually just working.
Yeah.
Even if it means just checking the email, thinking about it, typing the answer. You are at work. If you're checking your messages, if you're making business calls, you are at work. So your mind is getting affected because it's never resting. You are at work always. Your body is receiving those energies. Your children are receiving that energy. Your home environment seems to be more like a work environment. We're sitting with them, but here we are at work.
Right.
And then if I'm not at work, then I'm consuming content from different platforms.
Sure.
If I'm watching the world news before going to sleep, we know the quality.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a reality, it's happening in the world, but I'm consuming it before going to bed.
Yeah.
Very stimulating. Shouting, visuals, then debates. That's not the way to go to sleep. This had to go
The calm state.
very calm state.
Yeah.
So we're doing the opposite.
Right.
So obviously, it's even if we go off to sleep, it's actually the body sleeping because we are tired.
Yeah.
The mind is still thinking because it was put on that mode. So switch to 2 hours at least before going to sleep, disconnect from work communication.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a leader of your organization, of your team, give this gift to your people that disconnect.
Right.
Nobody will call each other for work. So let's say if I have to sleep at 10, 8 o'clock, work communication disconnected, then disconnect any other consumption of content
Sure.
which is stimulating. Keep 20 minutes before sleeping for yourself. Meditation, it will slow down the mind.
Correct. Yeah.
Consciously consuming healthy content before going to sleep. Because the last words that I will consume will play on my mind and body during my
Sleep
6
time,
to 7
sure,
hours.
sure.
So instead of giving it those negative, heavy words, I give it high vibrational, pure, healthy words. That's where spirituality is very helpful.
Of course.
Consume spiritual content for 10 minutes. So you will be consuming compassion, empathy, acceptance, everything that we want to become.
Right, of course.
We will consume before going to sleep
Of course.
because next 6-7 hours, it's going to work not just here, it's going to work on the body.
Right.
we've been talking about disease and illness in young people.
Yeah.
Doctor says lifestyle.
Yeah.
So lifestyle is also sleeping with negative words on your mind.
Right.
Throughout the night, that's going to radiate to your body. So 15 minutes of self-care before going to sleep. You could have a daily journal, release the things of the day. And then even if somebody doesn't know how to meditate or hasn't yet learned, just have a list of affirmations, repeat it, high energy words before going to sleep. Go to sleep by 10 p.m.
Right.
Early dinner, so that we finish our digestion before going to sleep. So it saves my time of diet. So all these things help us to sleep less.
Right.
So we save on 2 hours.
Right.
So whatever work I want to do late night,
I can actually
do
do
it early
Yeah,
morning.
of course, absolutely.
In my highest vibrational state, in a time of intuition. Our intuition, clarity, newness is very high in the morning. Children can do that. Instead of going to sleep at 4 a.m., wake up at 4, 5 a.m.
Right.
Your performance will go to another level. Most important, your emotional health.
Right.
So sleeping, right? Waking up early. So Brahma Muhurat, 4 to 5 a.m., highest vibrational time. If you sleep well and sleep early, you will automatically wake up. So don't worry about the waking up. First thoughts in the morning, again affirmations, few minutes of meditation, again energizing with healthy content. Then physical exercise. So if it's yoga, breathing, pranayam, walk, 1 hour at least for yourself.
Right.
To strengthen yourself. This is one thing. Second, take caring of content.
Okay.
Content is our emotional diet. So a lot of stress, a lot of negative thinking is because of consumption of a lot of negative content.
Of course.
We don't call it negative, we call it normal because it's our normal content.
Yeah.
But if my content has lust, greed, ego, crime, critical, speaking about each other, ridiculing people in the name of comedy, any that kind of content, then of course comparison, competition, then that's who I become. So content creates emotional diet, content creates thoughts, and so if my thoughts are very hyper and stressed, it's a lot to do with my content consumption. Sure. So content restriction is the first step to be able to take care of the mind. So even these simple steps, and then throughout the day, because you have consumed the right content and meditated, your way of responding to the situations will automatically change because you raised your fitness levels.
Yeah.
So your response to situations will change. You will respond, not react. That is called a karam yogi.
Right.
Ki karam kar rahe ho. Meditation was just for a few minutes in the morning. But karam yogi means you're at a high vibration state and coming into karam.
Right.
So you will face a crisis with calm and stability.
Okay.
Someone's made a mistake, you will respond assertively if it's needed, not aggressively.
Right.
So all these things are saving inner power, and so you can sail throughout the entire day without creating stress, without creating anger, without worrying, because it's not normal, and shift to the actual normal.
Right. No, so that's so powerful, actually. You've almost laid out the entire blueprint, if you will, of actually building resilience. And the strange thing is these are things that are known. It's not like we don't know these things that, subah utna, bahut acha aapke liye. We've all heard this term, Brahma Muhurat. We're in the land of, the origin of all these ideas.
Yes.
Then what is the gap? Then why am I, sort of so disconnected from this kind of a lifestyle?
Priority.
Okay.
I am putting it on priority.
Okay.
My priority is work more,
right,
earn more,
right,
achieve more.
Right.
That's my priority.
Right.
But I'm not doing it. It's like, okay, you give your kid a new toy.
Yeah.
They will want to play with the toys even if it's 11 o'clock in the night.
Right.
And you say, now go to sleep. No, I want to play a little more.
Right.
Earlier, they would go to sleep by 9 o'clock, but today they've got a new toy. Last 20 years, so many new toys.
Of course.
They're keeping us engaged. And then the content which is there on this, that is designed to be addictive.
Right.
So they are manipulating with our mind, and we are allowing ourselves to be manipulated.
Right.
It is their business. They will do their business. We have to take
Make
care.
Our own choices.
We have to take care, but we've not been taking care. So little care and everything changes. It's very simple.
Wonderful. No, truly wonderful. One of the things that you talked about a lot in whatever you said so far was, change your thoughts, change how you're saying what you're saying to yourself. Now, obviously, language is going to play a very critical role. I've watched you extensively, and you keep emphasizing this notion of language. If you permit for 30 seconds, I was someone who used to look at that as like a little bit of hocus pocus, talk positive, affirm, and say good things, and life will be wonderful, right? And of course, as a child, I would say if life was so simple, if I just said wonderful things to myself, then everything would just be great. The key that unlocked it for me was when I realized that language is actually the key that the brain uses to interpret its reality, right? That's the truth. Without language, I don't know what I'm understanding, what I'm seeing, what I'm watching, what I'm hearing, what I'm thinking, right? So that's when the disconnect happened for me. Could you help us understand language, the power of language, how I should be using it, what I should be doing?
So the mind will create the language, not the brain. Okay. So brain will process that language. Okay. So let's say again, going back to the road, getting delayed, and you hear waiting. Okay. Now that's a situation. Now, if my mind says, I'm getting late, and then after that I have a flight, and I had said I will reach at 12, and I'm always on time. So my ego says I'm late, I'm always everywhere on time. So I can create so many thoughts. Every thought is a signal which goes to the brain.
Correct.
Now the brain is catching a signal that we're late, delayed, now the flight is everything.
Right.
Now whatever the brain will process is how also the body will feel, because the vibration will even reach here.
Yeah.
But that all started with my thought.
Yeah.
Now the situation still remains the same, that I'm late. But now I change my thinking and I say, I will reach in good time. Let's remain calm and stable. There's nothing to panic. We will reach in good time. We will finish in good time. And I'm certain I will reach the airport on time. There's no way that there can anything else. Now, this is a way of thinking.
Right.
There is a spiritual law. Sankalp se siddhi hoti hai.
Right.
Our thoughts manifest.
Yeah.
You can try this for something as insignificant as being on the road to anything big in life.
Okay.
And whenever people have used the power of their mind to achieve, the world has called it a miracle.
Right.
Because science predicted it couldn't happen. Let's say, for example, someone met with an accident, spinal injury, bedridden. Doctor says, cannot do anything more. Zyada se zyada, you'll be able to get up for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you will have to again lie down.
Yeah.
There's no way you'll be able to walk or run. That mind doesn't accept that reality. That mind has a purpose. And that mind says, Dr. Saab, 2 years later, we will meet. I'm running a marathon.
Right.
Everybody says, okay, we understand you're stressed, relaxed, you don't have to think so much. But that mind has already started working, right? And that mind will work. It doesn't mean they'll just think and it will happen. They will work on themselves, but they will work with that one specific, clear thought that I am going to be running 2 years from today.
Right.
It happens. The world calls it a miracle.
Right.
Medical science calls it a miracle. Right. But it's not a miracle. The miracle means something that couldn't have happened.
I agree.
But we call everything that uses the power of the mind as a miracle.
Right.
Because it defies logical thinking at that moment, and it defies public opinion or a medical prediction or an astrological prediction.
Sure.
Some couples are told, no, your astrological chart doesn't match, your number doesn't match, whatever. Your house vastu is not right. You don't stay together. They say, we are going to live together. 25 years later, we will meet you. And they do it.
Right.
They do it. So it's the power of the mind.
Yeah.
And it's very simple. We start with affirmations, which means consciously creating a thought which I want the reality to be. Even a simple thought like, I am stressed, is an affirmation. And we say this like, another affirmation, I'm busy, I don't have time. We are affirming lack.
Yeah.
And we will keep saying it like for anything and everything. We say, hurry up, I don't have time, hurry up. It has become our vocabulary. So I am affirming lack. I'm affirming a disturbed energy. I'm busy, don't come around me. Now, repeatedly saying that, once affects here, second it affects here, third it affects my people relationships. I'm always unavailable. Just by my vocabulary.
Of course.
Work is the same. We change the affirmation of I am stressed to I am calm and stable. We change the affirmation of I am busy to I am easy, I have more time than I need. It's just a vocabulary shift, right? First, that vocabulary shift is comfortable for me.
Correct.
Because when you create a high vibrational thought, it's not just a high vibrational thought, the number of thoughts are less.
Yeah.
Conserving power, so that's going to conserve power. That energy radiates to your body. So body is going to feel better. That energy radiates to people, people are going to feel better. that energy radiates into the environment is going to feel better. And when everything is vibrating at that one line, it has to become your reality.
Right, absolutely.
So whether it is achieving outside, law of affirmation and manifestation has been used by people for thousands of years.
Right.
But it is used for outside achievements. I want to become so and so. So many people land up in Mumbai city and say, I want to become an actor.
Right.
Everybody says, go and look at yourself in the mirror. You don't look right and you don't have acting skills. You won't be able to do it. That one soul decides, I want to do it, and works hard with it.
Yeah.
And they create their miracles. So we used this for outer achievements. Spirituality and meditation teaches us to use it for inner transformation. So I'm not going to manifest the whole day, I want to become this, I want to do this. That's not on my agenda, at least.
Right.
But for me, the manifestation is, I'm a powerful being. Now that will be my affirmation. Now when I keep using this affirmation, then day by day, my reactions will minimize, my responses with calm and stability will increase. So it is manifesting because I have affirmed that. Instead of affirming, I'm stressed. So just create a thought of what you want reality to be.
Right.
And start saying that thought. And after some time, it's not just an affirmation, it becomes our vocabulary.
Right.
So anything happening, our just first line automatically is coming at that wavelength. It just becomes a natural way of thinking and speaking.
Oh, so wonderful. And so is it your thought that this is something you can train yourself to be? So let's say, imagine for a minute, I'm not.
Yeah.
At this moment, I'm stressed. My language is terrible. I keep saying negative things to myself. I listen to you and let's say, okay, I said, okay, I sign up.
Yeah.
I will make that sankalp that, from this moment on.
Matlab thousands nahi, many more than that have been doing it
Okay.
and have created miracles in their life. All that they do is they create a set of 8 to 10 sankalp, do it just before going to sleep.
Right.
So the last thought is an affirmation. And ideally, we can write it before going to sleep because the mind is a little cluttered by the end of the day.
Right.
So writing it out makes it more focused. Then first thought when we wake up. These 2 times are very important with this. It's not just creating an affirmation. It is the timing which is very important when they have to be said. Because people say, oh, I've been affirming. Why is it not happening?
Yeah, sure.
Timing is very important. And when I say that as my last thoughts, after that, I should not watch anything, read anything, not even talk to anybody. It's last thought before we go to sleep. So subconscious is going to open in my sleep. So that's my last thought that I'm putting in. First thought in my morning because my subconscious is open. So these 2 timings are extremely powerful for affirmation. Third, very important time is just before the meals. See, in Bharat, we know this spiritual law for ages. Jaisa an, vaisa man.
Correct.
Today, the West also says you are what you eat.
Yeah.
So I am what I eat doesn't mean my body is what I eat. It is saying I am what I eat. We didn't interpret it the right way. And we thought it only meant proteins, calories, carbohydrates, that you are what you eat. Not just nutrition, vibration. I am what I eat. So today, many of us are eating with screens.
Right. My son
watching.
cannot eat a lunch without watching television.
So the sooner he changes it, the healthier it would be. And for that also, he can put an affirmation.
Right.
I practice mindful eating. Just do it for a few days and it'll become easier for him to do. And if he doesn't do it, you can practice this affirmation for him. That he practices mindful eating. We eat in silence, or we have happy conversations while eating. So whatever we want to see in the next few days, we start saying it is happening now.
Right.
Not that it should happen. Not that he should eat without screens. He practices mindful eating. Matlab, it is his reality today. Radiate that vibration. So before sleeping, first waking up, 3 meals. So we were taught connect to the divine, say gratitude, and then eat, which means radiate high vibrational thoughts to your meal. So we radiate our affirmations to the meal. And if you want to do it a little more, then we do it before our water.
Okay.
So that way, would say the affirmation in about 7 to 8 to 10 times in a day.
Right.
So any line, if you say 8 to 10 times in a day, it has to manifest. It has to become a reality.
And again, if you permit, I want to parse from some of the thoughts you shared. So 2 things that you talked about extensively was food, water, and children.
Yeah.
And if I can combine all of that and have a conversation with you about that. As a parent, obviously, one of the most important things you want to do is to teach your children well.
Yeah.
You want to give them the right sanskar, you want to give them the right values, you want to teach them the right habits. I'm guilty. So while I was talking to you about my son, it suddenly struck me that I was the one. So when I was eating my lunch or my dinner, I was the one watching television. That's where he picked it up from. And now I'm, jumping on his head and saying, listen, don't do it, but he still watches me do it.
Yeah.
So of course I need to change.
Yeah.
So how could I look at all these different aspects? What you said about water, what you said about food, what you said about children. And then if I could combine that with habits, what is it and how is it that I can teach children better? Particularly with all the things that you've talked about, but specifically also with like the food and water, what can I do? What can I teach them to do?
See, first and foremost, we need to start prioritizing emotional health of children.
Right, okay.
We prioritized physical comforts. We've given them all.
Yeah.
Most of us have given
Yeah.
everything to children.
Yeah.
We prioritized intellectual. We put them in best schools, each one up to their capacity.
Sure.
But we're giving them best education. Now it's time. It always was time, but now we're seeing the signs. We need to prioritize emotional health because otherwise children are not just emotionally not in their perfect health, but they're also started experiencing the first signs of mental health issues.
Sure.
Post-COVID, it's risen.
Sure.
Nothing to do with COVID, actually. It's not that they had COVID or anybody at home had COVID. For many, no. But there was just so much fear and anxiety in the air in those 2 years. So if my emotional immunity system is low, I will just catch the vibrations from the air.
Of course.
And so many children are saying, anxious ho raha hai, anxiety ho rahi hai, dar lag raha hai, fear. And you say, but is there any situation? Is there any problem? No problem. No situation. But just dar lag raha hai. I'm experiencing fear. So they are not just saying it. They are really experiencing it. One, they were not practicing that kind of a lifestyle which would be good for emotional health.
Right. Okay.
Their sleep cycles, quality of food, eating out very often, everyone not eating the healthiest of food, getting the choice to eat what they want to eat. And that's a very big shift within our generation and theirs. For us, it was, ye bana hai, kha lo. Okay? Now, we may not have been very happy that time saying, okay, I have to eat what is cooked even though I don't like it. But today we should be grateful to our parents for making us that way.
Yeah.
Because two things. One, we ate everything that was healthy.
Yeah.
But second was, we learned to adapt to life.
Yeah.
For a child, wo khana is also very important. But when I had to eat, I was not getting a choice what to eat. I had to eat what was given to me. I was learning to accept what life gives to me.
Of course.
For a kid, what else is there? Eating, playing, ye itna hi sab kuch to thoda sa hota hai. But I was learning my power to adjust, my power to adapt, my power to tolerate what I don't like was getting cultivated.
Of course.
Today, we are teaching children choices. Not a very healthy thing to do. Choices in some things. But if you give a child the opportunity to choose everything, matlab we ask them, aap kya khaoge? What will you eat? How is the child supposed to know what's the healthiest thing to eat?
I agree.
Then you ask the child, aaj aap kya pehnoge? What do you want to wear? Where do you want to go? We thought we were cultivating the ability to choose, which was good, but we were not cultivating the ability to adjust to things which were not my way.
Yeah.
Because we were allowing them to get most of the things which were their way. Okay? Now, when they're kids, it's harmless. Whether he eats this or she eats this, it does not matter so much. But again, like watching screens while eating, as kids, we might think it's harmless. But that has now become their sanskar.
Correct.
So now suddenly at the age of 14, 15, you say, no, don't eat this, eat.
It's not going to happen.
Their ability to listen to a no is going lower. And then as they're growing older, our differences of opinion are going to increase that, no, this is not right, this is... But now their ability to listen to a no, because we taught them to choose and do what they like.
Right.
But at that time, those choices were
minor.
But today they are big. So that is becoming a big... Yesterday, over here at a session, somehow the topic came up about all this, about children. And then there was a pediatrician who met me backstage and he said, this is such an important issue. I can't even tell you how much I have to deal with children. And I can't explain to parents that it's not about the child. It's about you. He said, but they won't listen to that it's about... So he says, I have children who are banging their heads against the wall, children who are picking up things and throwing. I said, why? He said, because no was said to them for something. And this is their way of reacting to a no. So, and this is only still children. What will happen when this individual becomes an adult?
Right.
And now life is going to throw situations at them, whether it means I'm not getting admission in the college which I wanted.
Correct.
whether it means I'm not getting the subject which I wanted, whether it means my partner, whether it's in a relationship or whether it's after marriage, is not being the way I wanted. And in most cases, the partner would have also grown up the same way.
Right.
So now you have two children, one little girl and one little boy, both having grown up like that, and suddenly are going to live with each other. Are they going to be able to listen to no's? Are they going to be able to adjust with each other? And that's the reason where marriages are becoming difficult. But still have to see this generation of kids getting married, how it's going to work out for them. So we only need to go back a little bit to how parenting was done for us.
Right.
So you and me have listened to a lot of no's while we were growing up.
Of course, all the time.
All the time.
All the
See,
time,
I think maybe that was the reason why we were extra pampering them, because we thought we listened to a no all the time. It was good for us. Even then we are stressed today. What will happen to them?
Correct.
It's an emotional muscle which is not getting cultivated. We listened to a no. We also were told, okay, if you want this thing, wait till Diwali. You will get it. But you will get it on Diwali. You want this thing, okay, the day you pass your exams, you will get it then.
Correct.
It was cultivating patience. It was cultivating that work hard, you will achieve it. But today for them, it's only one click.
Press a button,
So it's not just a no, but I also get everything immediately. That instant gratification. So that process that you have to go through a journey, work hard, go through a little ups and downs, and then comes the result. And also we have grown up with, okay, getting the first cycle, the first scooter, the first car, the first house. They're born with everything.
Correct.
And then after that, everything more that they need is one click away. They order food and they are told, if you don't get your box in 10 minutes, you can cancel. You know, this suddenly makes them feel we control the world. But suddenly when they will come into their practical life, they are not going to be able to control situations, because every time situations are not going to be their way. So we just need to go back a little bit, not old-fashioned, healthy parenting.
Right.
Take the good of today, but also take those basic principles of strengthening the emotional fitness of your child from the way our parents did it. So that time they didn't have enough, so they said no. For us, it will be, we have it, but we will still say a no.
I agree.
Many parents are telling their children, we are friends. I don't know from where we picked this up, that we are friends. They have so many friends. They have strangers as friends now on social media. They need one set of parents. But you can say, I'm a parent who's open to listening to everything that you have to share. You can come and share with me everything. That's fine. But don't say we are friends, because then your ability to be strict, your ability to discipline, your ability to say no means a no, you're giving it up. To say that, okay, your first drink, your first smoke, we will have it together. No, we're living in Bharat. Let's hold on to our culture, because just by doing that, you are just endorsing it, that this is absolutely right. Then for us, it was alcohol and smoking. Today, they have a lot of other things.
Options,
So you're saying, okay, then this was okay, but don't have that.
It doesn't work.
It will not work like that.
I agree.
Then you're saying it to the boy, today the girl is having it. Tomorrow, the girl is going to be a mother. What are we doing? So, learning from other cultures, but taking care.
Of course.
That what is our Sanskriti, what is our culture, and that culture was giving us healthy families, joint family systems. That is the culture we have grown up with. If we parent them this way, we probably will be living single again.
I agree. And one of the very interesting things that you said was, if you look at the shift, there's also been a shift in spirituality. If I use a broader term, even religion. And I think, we were deeply religious growing up. We saw religion all around us. There was puja part on a regular basis. We would pray, we would go to temples, we'd do various festivals. And slowly, the meaning of all of those have gone away. So Holi today is a day to drink, to have bhang, to mingle with friends. It's no longer the puja part of it. The puja is an incidental thing. I think that loss of spirituality, or religion, if you will, is also then playing a role, because that anchor that I had, that's also going away from children.
And those few minutes which I sat down. Just yesterday I met a father and he says, when I ask my children to do puja, they're saying a flat no. I said, so you have to tell them they have to do it. You know that concept of saying you have to do it.
Yeah.
They said, no, how can I say you have to do it? I said, the way our mummy papa said it
Totally.
was, so you also say it like that.
I agree.
It's not so difficult. He's saying, no, you can't say like that to them now. You have to do it.
Right.
Why? Because they don't know the benefit of it.
Correct.
We know the benefit of it. You know, even if it is, they're not understanding the benefit of the puja. What is a puja? We're using high vibration words. Everybody's in a collective energy of peace and power. We're creating that energy. If nothing else, we're just sitting.
Right.
You know, sometimes we would not understand what was going on in the puja or the part, but we would just sit. Even that just sitting meant, okay, sit with yourself. So we have to just start doing that a little bit. If we don't do it, then okay, your children will at least be told that sit for puja, but their children
Will
won't
probably not
even be
even sit,
told.
yeah.
They probably will not have a puja room in their home anymore after that.
Correct.
So then
They've already shrunk, actually. So we used to have huge puja rooms, then it became a small puja room, then it became like a part of my
but
cabinet.
by the time these children who today
Yeah.
are saying, I don't want to sit
Yeah.
to the puja, they won't find the need for the room. So that's when certain things we will have to say, we have to do this. We're not giving you any choice.
Right.
They might howl, shout, scream. That's okay. Scream and cry. Better to cry now a little bit rather
Than to
than
cry
cry
later.
10 years
I so-
later.
I
We
so
also
agree.
screamed and howled and cried.
I so
No,
agree.
we don't want to do this. We said,
I so
chalo,
agree.
bed jao. We have to
so
do this.
agree.
So we were also complaining and grumbling. What's new? Let them also complain and grumble. But that's part of life.
Sure.
That's
sure.
part of life.
No, wonderful. So if I could then move from this topic of children, who are in some sense innocent souls, to the question of what is a soul? What is consciousness? We say we are conscious beings. I think science is now showing that it's not perhaps only human beings who are conscious, but other living beings also being conscious. What is consciousness? Where does it come from? When does it enter our body? Is it at birth? Is it at conception? What's really this whole thing about consciousness?
It's two words, no? Human being.
Right.
So it's human, comes from the word humus,
Right.
which is mitti.
Yeah, okay.
मिट्टी की बनी है, मिट्टी में खत्म हो जाएगी. It's made of dust, it will finish into dust. Being is that energy which uses the body. So being is the one who creates the thoughts, who creates the feelings, who decides what to speak, who decides what to do.
Okay.
We thought the brain was doing everything. It's not the brain. We say, I am thinking. You create a thought, you send that signal to the brain will process that thought and get it executed through the body. Right? So the brain is visible. We can go to a doctor and say, show us the model,
Right,
how
yeah,
a brain looks, and we can see it. But if we tell the doctor, where's the mind inside this?
Yeah.
They can't show us the mind.
Yeah.
So mind is not a physical entity.
Sure.
It's energy.
Yeah.
So that is that being.
Okay.
So we are two things, matter plus energy.
Yeah.
So
okay.
brain is matter, it's visible. Energy is not visible. So this is a machine. Let's say it's a robot. That's the body.
Yeah.
Here is a computer which is controlling this robot. That is the brain.
Okay.
But who is operating the computer?
Brain. Yeah, sure.
Is the I,
Yeah.
that energy.
Okay.
So I am choosing which button to press. Computer is processing that. Robot is executing it.
Got it.
So the computer, the brain is the processing. But who's giving the instruction? Should I say this word or should I say another word? That I am deciding. Should I drink coffee? Should I drink tea? Should I drink lemon juice? Should I drink alcohol? Who is deciding?
Correct.
Brain is not deciding. Brain is only getting it done for you. I am deciding. That I is energy. Now we can call that energy by different words. Consciousness, light, power, spirit, soul, atma, energy, words. It only means that is energy. This is matter.
Right.
So spiritual language, we call it a soul or we call it spirit. And what does this soul do? 3 faculties. I create thoughts. When I create thoughts, it's called the mind.
Sure.
So we don't need proof that there is a mind.
Yeah,
we are
it is there.
experiencing
Yeah,
it
of course,
always,
absolutely.
right? We do. But science cannot prove a mind.
Yeah.
Science cannot show us this is how a mind looks. But we don't ask for proof because we are experiencing it constantly. So I create thoughts, it's called the mind. And then I evaluate my thoughts and take a decision.
Sure.
Intellect. That is also not physical. And then whatever decision I take, I bring it into action. So let's say first time somebody was offered a cigarette, the mind created options. No, no, lot of thoughts, karunga ta ye. Intellect said it's okay. Ek bar se kuch nahi hota. So fine. I brought it into karam. So which means I brought it into action. Second time I was disturbed about something, mind said, वो लिया था ना, you were okay. So mind will again give options.
Correct, yeah.
Again, intellect says, yeah, second time nothing will happen. I will not get addicted to it. 2 times, 5 times, 10 times, mind creates thoughts. Intellect takes a decision. I bring it into action. It becomes my karma. But if I've done it multiple times, after that, it has become my sanskar,
Right.
or my habit. Then I don't create options. I don't take decisions. I just come through my sanskar into habit, for which we say man is a creature of habits. So we're just living through our habits. So whether it is an outer habit of smoking, eating, sleeping, whatever, or if it's an inner habit, let's say anger, it's a habit. So we say, I didn't create the anger. It just happened.
Yeah.
But first time when I would have created it, I created a thought. I took a decision. The first time a child spoke a lie, they created thought options. They took a decision. Everyone goes through that process till they create a sanskar. So consciousness is 3 things: mind, intellect taking decision, and then once it becomes my habit, it is sanskar.
Right.
So we say, ये बहुत अच्छे संस्कारों वाली आत्मा है. We say ये महान आत्मा है. The value is always given to the atma.
Yeah.
So we say महान आत्मा है, पुण्य आत्मा है, पाप आत्मा है, धर्म आत्मा है, religion establish किया है, संत आत्मा है, atma. So the sanskar is of the atma.
Right.
That is the consciousness.
Right.
And this soul is here in between the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland.
Sure.
So it's obviously going to sit very close there next to the brain, because that's from where it's working. So the operator will sit next to the computer.
Sure.
That's where they operate it. And when death happens, which means I, the soul, leave the costume. The body is there. And then a doctor is taking somebody in for an operation. They say, sister, take Mr. So-and-so inside. Suppose something does not go right. They say, sister, take the body out.
Correct.
So going in, it was Mr. So-and-so. Now it is take the body out. That means now it's only the body. The family will come to the hospital and say, Doctor Saab, when can we take the body home? They will not say, when can I take mummy or papa home? They will say, when can I take the body? So we know the entity has left. This is just the body. So the soul will leave one costume and then enter the womb of the mother. And after a few months, baby is born. So what is happening in the womb is the creation of the fetus. So 9 months, we will see how the body is getting developed. The soul is not getting developed in 9 months. Soul will just enter.
Yeah.
But as per the quality of the soul who enters, that's how the body gets created.
Right.
So whether it's health of the body, whether it's features of the face, everything, it depends on the sanskars with which the soul has entered.
Right. So if you permit, I wanted to ask, so when does the soul enter? We understand it leaves at death.
Yeah, we won't be able to say exactly, but roughly as per what medical science and spirituality teaches, 2nd month, 3rd.
So it's not at conception?
No, earlier, initially, though, it's just a physical thing. So the concept of abortion. So when, if you find that something is not right and you want to terminate, that concept is, that's why very sensitive.
Correct.
Because are you terminating after the soul has entered? Then it's a different thing altogether.
Right.
But if you're terminating before the soul has entered, then you are only working with the body.
Right.
And then you're working with just a physical thing. You're not yet working with the individual, because that's just the body. So not at conception, that's physical. So at least a month or 2.
Interesting.
When the mother starts feeling it,
right.
The mother will start feeling it. I can feel the movement. I can feel that, that thing. So 2nd, 3rd month.
Interesting. Very interesting. One of the very interesting points you made was the soul brings karma. Right?
Yes.
So if you permit, I wanted to shift then to karma. So then what is karma? Why am I bringing my karma with me? Why don't I just get a chance to live this life free of all, history, free of all, whatever I've done in the past? I mean, मैं कैसे जाके वापस ठीक करूं? जो हो चुका, जो मैंने कर दिया, अभी यही जिंदगी है मेरे पास में. अभी जिंदगी में जो कर लूं उसका अगर मैं भुगत लूं, तो फिर भी वो भी बहुत है. अब मैं मान लीजिए 1000 जिंदगी पहले का कर्म वापस लेके आ रहा हूँ जिंदगी में. बहुत ज्यादा है.
बहुत ज्यादा है. Then we should have taken care while doing the karma.
Of course,
that's
true.
Okay. Even if we take care now, it's very easy to handle past karmic accounts actually. So now again, when this baby is born, in Bharat especially, we will have an astrological chart prepared, a kundli. So what is that astrological chart saying? It's saying 5 years later this, at the age of 20 this. What science is it? How do they know it? If it was a fresh soul with no karma, nothing at all, how would they say all this is going to happen, right? They can't say all this is going to happen. So I, the soul, am doing karma, which means my thoughts, my words, my behavior. Everything that I create is an impression on the soul.
Yeah.
So it's not somebody else up there recording my karma and then writing my destiny. My every karma is getting recorded here. So visualize it like a CD. On that energy, there is an imprint. And that's why when a baby is born, you will see that two babies will be different.
Right.
Twins are different personality-wise, even if they're identical looking. They have yet not done any karma as such in this lifetime.
Correct.
So as you see them growing up, one is more smiling, the other is frowning. As you see them at the age of 1 and 2, one is more sharing, they will give their toys to other people. The other one is like this, clinging. One is more extrovert, they will easily go to the uncles and aunties who come home. One is very shy. You can see their sanskars and karma right from both. So nobody has yet taught them to be that way.
Correct.
They have brought that impression. So someone has come shy, someone has come introvert, someone has come extrovert, someone has come caring, someone has come holding things. We come with our sanskars because it's like you are right now here.
Yeah.
Okay? Tonight you go to sleep. Or let's say I'll do it myself. Tonight I go to sleep and I don't wake up tomorrow morning. So what will change? I, the soul, left the body. So when I, soul, left the body, I will leave with everything as recorded, no?
Correct.
It's not going to get deleted that time.
Yeah,
it's just that I'm right now in this dress. Tomorrow I will wear another dress. I will be the same person. Similarly, today I'm in this dress, the body. Tomorrow I'll be in another one. I will be exactly the same person that I am in this body. Nothing will change between shifting from one body to the next. So two things we carry, sanskar and karam. So karam means what I have done, it will have a consequence. It's fine, I've done very lot of right things, some wrong things, it's going to come. So we call it predestined. We say everything is predestined. So predestined by who? By me. So karam means I'll take it like a ball. I throw this energy, which means the way I speak to you right now is my karam.
Right.
So I'm throwing this energy at you. So I take this ball, I throw it at that wall. This ball will come back. Simple science.
Right.
And the way it will come back will depend on the way I've thrown it. The direction, the speed, everything. So as is the karma, so is the consequence. Now some karmas I have thrown, but that ball has not returned. And I've left the costume. And I've taken a new costume.
Sure.
And that karma consequence will return. But I will not know that I had done something. But doesn't matter. This karma consequence is coming to me. But power is not in this. Power is how I will respond to this situation. Because this will come to me as a situation.
Correct.
Let's say a disease in the body. It's come as a situation. A relationship conflict. It's come as a situation. Not succeeding in what I'm doing repeatedly is coming as a situation. Business up and down. Situation. So that is coming in this direction. If now I remain, so what is spirituality and meditation going to do? What is astrology going to do? Predict what is going to come. What is spirituality going to do? Teach you what to do respond when that is going to come.
How wonderful.
Yeah, that is what it is. This is one science, this is another one. So this is going to teach you how to respond. This is going to give you the strength to respond the right way so that you will settle. So let's say somebody has 4th stage cancer. It's a karmic account of the past. But today they are very peaceful and powerful with that. They're smiling, they're happy, they're making the most of life. They're saying, okay, now let me live the right way. So suffering is less. Past karmic account was heavy. Present karma is very good. Someone has just 100 fever. So past karmic account is very minimal. They're like, hi, main bimar hu. Present karma is not right. So do not focus on what's going to come. Focus always on what you're going to do now. So focus on present karma. That's why it's called the power of now. The power of the present moment. We cannot live like a victim to past karmic accounts. That is predestined, but power is in how I will respond now. That's my present karma. So every moment, past is coming to me, present I am getting created, future is getting decided. So that's called Trikaldarshi, Tinot Kal, past, present, future, working with us always.
Wonderful. Which brings me to the next question. Then, of course, the way I'm responding is in some sense also my dharma, if you will.
Yes.
Right? What is the dharma that I have? What is the
Yes.
practice I bring to bear? How do I be in the present moment? But how do I make those right choices?
Yeah.
So then if you could just give us a 2-3 minute understanding, what is my dharma? Like, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? Thank you for watching. Being connected to each other is easily one of the most powerful emotions a human being can feel. On that note, I have a very small request to make of you. Lots of you watch this channel, but not all of you subscribe to this channel. If you subscribe, you'll get notified of all the new episodes that we're going to be releasing very shortly. We've had some fascinating conversations with some amazing people who have so many powerful lessons to teach. So please do subscribe. If you subscribe to the channel, you will know about all the new episodes we're releasing. So please subscribe. Subscribe now. Give us a 2-3 minute understanding. What is my dharma? Like, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing?
See, dharma means the quality of the soul. When we understand I'm a soul, we have 5 types of sanskars. Everyone has 5. Let's take it as 5 folders on a CD. Okay, so this is a CD and this has 5 folders. One folder is what I get from past birth.
Okay.
Very big folder. Lot of sanskars.
Sure.
Second folder I get from family. All of us have got some sanskars from family, environment, parents especially. Second folder. Third folder, environment. Which country, which city, which locality, which school, which friends. Today media is a very big environmental influence. जिसको हम कहते थे संग का रंग, कि संग का रंग लग जाता है. Fourth folder is willpower. I may have anything in these first 3 folders. Willpower today, work a little on it, my sanskar will change.
Right.
Fourth folder. Fifth folder is very important. The fifth folder is the original sanskar of every soul. These 3 have got created on my journey of lifetimes. But what is my original nature? Let's say this is white. I wore this in the morning, original color is white. I went for a program, then I went for a session, I'm coming here, then I'll go to the airport, then I'll have my lunch. Journey. On that journey, this can get stained. This can get stained, a little dust, a little oil, lot of things. But that dust and oil is not the color.
Right.
The original color is white. So all this stress, anger, anxiety, all this, they are the stains. They are not the original sanskar of the soul. So the fifth folder has the 7 original sanskars, which is there on every soul.
Okay.
Every soul, because it's the original nature of every soul. That is purity, peace, power, love, happiness, wisdom, and bliss. This is the nature, this is the sanskar of every soul. This is called Sato Guni Atma. मतलब हर आत्मा 7 गुणों की बनी हुई है. Now these are the 7 which we're looking for outside nowadays.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah.
Because we're working through those first 4, not using this. And so we want these 7 because they are our innate. So we're looking for them outside. Our life has become look for peace, look for happiness, look for love. Everything is like this.
Right.
So these 7 are our dharam.
Right.
These 7 sanskars is my dharam, which means this is the nature of the soul. So what I have to do is do my every karam based on my dharam. So bring these 7 sanskars into your every karam. Respond with peace, radiate love, be happy in every situation. Bring your dharam into karam. Now, prophets came onto the planet, pure souls, when the society had just started shifting away from its dharam. They came to teach us the right way of living. And every prophet was teaching us peace, love, happiness, power, bliss. So they were teaching us our dharam. They were teaching us religion of the soul, that every soul should be like this. You should be united. We are a family. God is one. Everyone was teaching us dharam. Instead of learning the dharam, we started establishing religion.
Right.
We were supposed to learn religion. We were establishing religion because instead of absorbing completely just the teaching, I got connected to the teacher. Then your teacher, my teacher was different. And so gradually we started saying, you and I are different. We are different religions. They did not come to establish different religions. They came to teach us the religion.
Right.
Our religion, which would have created a beautiful world. So that is our dharam. And then in every religion also now we have
Subdivisions.
Because different teachers, every teacher will say the same thing in a little different way.
Of course.
Yeah. So dharam means the original nature. जैसे हम कहेंगे पानी का धर्म, शीतलता. आप पानी पियो वो आपको शीत. It is the dharam of water. It cannot give you anything else. It will give you only that. आत्मा का धर्म, शांति, प्यार, सुख, खुशी, शक्ति, आनंद. आत्मा का धर्म. Bring it into every karam. So dharam and karam need to go hand in hand. Today, karam is separate. And I'm saying, this is my time of dharam and this is my time of karam. So my morning half an hour is my dharam time. Rest is my... No, it's not like that. Dharam, yes, we pray, we meditate, we rituals. That is just to remind us of our dharam. But that is not, that is my dharam time. But at work, stress to hota hi hai. Business to thoda bahut to kuch. No, bring your dharam into karam. Then it's going to be a Karam Yogi life.
Incredible. I mean, I know I could spend the next 3 hours here. And of course, there's so many other topics I wanted to talk to you, but I want to be mindful of the fact that you have a flight to catch. I promised I will close this at a certain time. We are unfortunately at that time, but I could just go on and on. I wanted to talk to you about death. I wanted to talk to you about reincarnation.
Death is a very simple thing that we need to understand. Soul on a journey.
Okay.
Right? Why we need to talk about this? Because many of us have lost family or friend in the last few years. Some of us have still not been able to
deal with it.
Vacuum will always be there, but the grief needs to settle. Now, when a soul moves forward, we say they are no more. It is not they are no more. It is the body which is no more.
Right.
Okay? The soul has moved forward and they're going into a new journey into the womb of a mother. Our relationship was not with the body. Our relationship was with the soul. If I am right now talking to you, it's I, the soul, talking and you, the soul, listening. We just are having to use this instrument. So like this is an instrument. This is an instrument. My relationship is not with this.
I agree.
My relationship is not with the body. It's with the soul who I'm talking to. So our relationship was with the soul we were living with the soul we were working with. That soul is still
there.
And they can catch our every thought and vibration. So when someone moves forward on the journey, we need to take care, what is my state of mind now? And what vibrations am I creating and radiating? We cannot think only about ourselves. We also have to think about them. We are a family of 4 or 5. We lost somebody. Very, very important. But we're still 4. But that one soul lost everybody.
Correct.
That one soul lost their body, lost their work, lost their home, lost everything, and has gone into somewhere where they don't even know where, what, how, completely. Whose pain is bigger? Can't even compare. And then we're creating thoughts like, how could you go away? How will I live without you? You have to come back. I'm going to connect to you. You have to speak with me. All these thoughts can get extremely heavy, not just for us, but very heavy for the soul who's moved forward.
Right.
If I visualize, if I move forward, what would I like to see? Just move forward and see, look back at your family. What's the one thing you would want to see? Everyone is okay. Everyone is settled. That's what they want to hear. So just again, we create a few affirmations even for this. If someone has moved forward, we need to have a few affirmations for that. And so a simple affirmation like, I'm a powerful soul. I'm emotionally independent. Because we're thinking, how am I going to live? Now for them, say to them, do not worry about us. You have taught us everything. We're going to take very good care of family, of children, of business, whatever may be the relation in the situation. Do not worry about us. We are perfectly fine. It's like, when someone's going to work, someone's going to another country, we don't call up and say, come back, how could I live? We say, don't worry about us. They can come back. This soul can't come back.
Correct.
So we have to say this, don't worry about us. We're all taking care of ourselves. You take care. Your new costume will be healthy. Your beautiful family, perfect destiny. We need to say all this. We need to say our sorries. We need to forgive if there was any karmic account that was entangled. Gratitude. Don't say, how could you leave? You have to say, thank you for every moment that you were with me. If I'm here for 1 hour right now, when I leave, naturally we will say, thank you for coming. We will not say, how can you leave?
Exactly.
No? So same. We've done everything for them while they were with us. But this gift that we have to give them while they are leaving is probably more important than anything else. Because this is what helps them to be in peace.
Yeah.
And then move forward to the new journey. Otherwise, the soul is in the womb and we are sending a lot of pain. And so every expecting mother goes through very different experiences during those pregnancy months. Depends a lot on who has entered and what is the family behind sending. So suddenly she'll go through a lot of, I'm crying today, I don't feel like eating. So they have not gone. They have just moved forward. Don't say they are no more. They're just in another costume. And send gratitude, send blessings, send love, and most important, unko nishchinta karo. They should not worry about us. And make things normal here. You may not be happy, understandable, but just get life back to normal so that that soul can catch that vibration of normalcy. This is power for them. And this is, of course, beneficial for you and for everyone around you.
No, wonderful. Like I said, I have to be mindful of your time, but thank you. I can't thank you
so
enough.
much.
This has been
Om
truly
Shanti.
wonderful. As I was listening to you, I'm almost thinking of all the things I want to change in my own life. And I am on this journey of, in some sense, achieving some semblance of spirituality, stillness, happiness, peace in my mind, and peace for my family. This has been truly inspiring. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Chi. Om Shanti. Shukriya.